Hello, welcome to tonight's show. This is Majority Caucus Live on your multi-TV. For tonight, I take the opportunity to wish you a happy Chocolate Day. I know some people were expecting me to say Vals Day, but of course, if you're expecting it, happy Vals Day to you out there. Under normal circumstances, we use such occasions to, as it were, we do what is necessary to show love to the people we care so much about. Pray for peace and tranquility in the nation Ghana and the world at large. But tonight, we will use the same occasion to address very, very important issues regarding the continuous reckless attitude and behavior of the NPP ever since they took this matter to court. Day in, day out, we keep hearing statement upon statement, disingenuous and very, very unprintable language as they are. We think that they are not good for the interests of our democracy, and it is important that we draw the nation's attention to it. I was particularly, amazed to learn that the Ochehene has approached the president in an attempt to cage him to accept the verdict of the Supreme Court, whether it goes in his favor or not. I think that in as much as some people who may want to commend his effort, I think democratically it is highly unacceptable. The president is governing the country by the provisions of the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution, and that if a case is before a Supreme Court, you need not to be prompted to accept the verdict, because by law, it is indeed incumbent upon everybody, including Nana Akufo-Addo himself, to accept the ruling of constitutionally mandated body carrying out their official responsibilities, such as the declaration of the 7th December result 2012 election by the EC. And so it is important that we remember that this exercise of trying to get the president or the leadership of the NDC to consent to the judgment that is to come subsequently from the Supreme Court, it is neither here nor there. I think it is an exercise in futility. It is needless. I think we know the people who need to be advised, and that, like the president said rightly, the Ochehene should have directed his comment to the right people. Stay with me. When I come back, I will introduce my guest. Hello, welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this is Majority Caucus Live from our studios here in Accra on your Joy News on Multi TV. Tonight, I have been joined in the studio by Mr. Ebenezer Akutu. He is, or Akutu, he is the secretary for the youth wing of Ayawaso Central. He's also a ward coordinator, and this is his first time, and I'm sure that we are going to have an interesting discussion in the studio. Also in the house is one of our regular guests, Prince Derrick Ejay, member of the government communication team and the deputy national coordinator of the National Youth Authority, or caretaker deputy coordinator. He's in red because he's celebrating Vals Day. Don't be surprised. Ebenezer, I'm sure that you yourself must have been taken aback by the conduct of the NPP lately, not to mention the attempt by the Ochehene. Some of us are thinking that the approach by the Ochehene was an exercise to glorify the conduct of the NPP, if you like, let my vote count group, because reckless statements were made there. Somebody would have thought that before he goes to the president, who is ultimately the victim, he would have advised people like that to behave themselves, and before he could call on the president with specific regards to that issue. Well, is it a view you share?
Yeah, actually, I'm of the view that we are living in a secular state. We are living in a constitutional regime where the rule of law is supreme. And I'm of the view that first on Ochehene, the news from the Flagstaff House that Ochehene is seeking the word of the president to accept the outcome of the court ruling is totally needless. It's unacceptable. He should know better. Why am I saying this? The president is the president of the Republic of Ghana. His status as of now was made clear or was actually effected by the constitutional body. That's the Electoral Commission. It ends at that. And the matter is before the court. He did not to tell the president to accept or otherwise of the ruling of the Supreme Court. And to do that is a betrayal of his authority. And it also gives a clear indication of his interest in this matter.
But he claims that he's speaking on behalf of all the chiefs in Eastern region and perhaps the people of Eastern region, and that he's not supposed to be seen as NPP.
Let me tell you something. The people of the Eastern region are expecting the president of the Eastern Region House of Chiefs, Osajifo, to go there to use the opportunity not only to congratulate the president, but to lobby for projects and development for the region, to seek the president's support to complete uncompleted projects, and also to seek the commitment of the president to fulfill his electoral promise to the people of the region, the university.
Yes.
This is what the people are expecting him to do, not to use the opportunity to advance his partisan and presidential interests.
Are you, by this submission, claiming that you also share in the view that perhaps this request, specific one, was politically motivated?
Thank you very much. Yes, I think so, because the NPP is on record. If you listen to their leading members, Mr. Daku, and Titus Glover and Akumi and Co, saying that the president must come out to say that he will accept the verdict of the court. So you realize that it is what plan to use the chieftaincy as an institution. And for that matter, Osajifo, to do that. And he went in there to achieve that. It will interest you to know that many people, friends who are from the Eastern region, from the traditional areas, are calling and say, what, my brother? We have a university, we need university. We thought that our king will go there and say that, look, we have this land available. Mr. President, the men are ready to support you to give us a university. Not to go there and be talking about presidential elections. Not to go there to tell the president of the Republic of Ghana, please accept the verdict of the Supreme Court.
But my greatest worry, really, is that I need to see balance of commendation and condemnation. I thought that perhaps, before he calls the president, really, because I see the president as the victim here, about this all insult by this so-called group, I don't remember the rest, something vote, something. They were insulting, calling the president names.
Yes. The NPP and their leading members who form basically the alliance, Let My Vote.
I don't remember the. Okay, that. Come.
They are seeking one thing: to undermine our democratic nation, to bring the name of the president to disrepute. And also to discredit the institutions of state. So the president is a target. The president is a target of humiliation. He is a target of insults and curses. And just recently, they are not only using the traditional institution as to undermine the president or even to insult the president. They are also using religion to do that.
How so? How so?
We all heard Reverend Uzu Bempa.
Okay. With his infamous prophecy.
The prophecy. So you can see that it is all calculated. The traditional aspect and the religious aspect is calculated together to show some kind of disrespect to the president.
But don't they have the right to express their disagreement and their discontent, if you like, with the electoral process, we don't really think it was transparent and it wasn't free and fair. Don't they have the right?
My brother,
in a democratic nation,
they have the right. But my brother,
okay,
majority of Ghanaians have voted to elect John Dramani Mahama to be the president of Ghana. They deserve respect.
Absolutely. I'll come back to you. So we deal with the specific utterances of the let my vote count. You said that's let my vote count. Oh, good. Prince Eric, were you satisfied with the president's response that, hey, Ochihene, please direct your advice to the specific group, for we know them. It's about time we cut out the pretense and deal with the subject matter as and when it comes clearly.
Well, thank you, Ali, and a good evening. Good evening to your viewers, especially my wife. Today happens to be an anniversary, and to Suhini, my best man also. Okay. Well, I think that Ochihene, like every other Ghanaian, has a right to speak. In fact, the president has indicated that he wants to have an all-inclusive government, one that seeks the views of all citizens. And Ochihene, as a citizen of Ghana, has every right to speak to the issues that confront this nation. And I think that it's in keeping with what the president's vision is. Indeed, the president has also indicated that he wants to have a partnership with everyone. And so the Chieftaincy Institution has been one of the key institutions that the president has been seeking to work with. In fact, that is why the president did not scrap the Chieftaincy Ministry, but appointed a very seasoned person in the person of Dr. Dana to head it. And I'm happy that he's been vetted and passed. And I'm sure that the Chieftaincy Institution will see a lot of, very useful strides taken. In fact, prior to even the elections, the president resourced the Chieftaincy Institution with cross-country vehicles, every regional house.
For which he became a political debate.
Exactly. And has indicated that a lot more is going to be done for the House of Chiefs. So I think that the president is open to these things, and the voice of everybody must count. Indeed, that is the objective of the president. So what has he said? That is Ochihene. That he believes a number of things. First one is that they must be consulted as Eastern Regional Chiefs before ministers are appointed to the region, and that on his way. In fact, the part that surprised me was the fact that he only heard about the appointment on his way to see the president. I thought most Ghanaians had heard about this many days before then. So I'm a little curious as to the kind of machinery.
Can I ask you this? Is it constitutionally mandated that the Ochihene is one of those
consulted?
Yeah, I mean, persons that the president. I know of the Council of State. I don't remember a chief being mentioned when the president is making a ministerial appointment.
Well, the Constitution is very clear about the institution of chieftaincy. That one, it is guaranteed under the Constitution. Our chieftaincy institution is revered. However, chiefs are also barred from taking part in active politics. But there are two very interesting sub-chiefs of the Ochihene, Nana Santi Bediotu and Nana Fedua Ajiman, who are in active politics. In fact, Nana Akufo-Addo happens to be either a brother, a cousin, or a nephew of Nana Akufo-Addo, and most of the people in the Achi Mafia are his nephews or cousins. That is Gabi Ochedakun. Nana Komia is also from the Ochiman stock. Esla Owusu is also from the same place, and so on. So there's a very, vociferous Ochiman or Achim block in there who are usually referred to as the Achim Mafia. So I'm surprised that they don't pass on information to the Ochihene. Because this information about an Eastern Regional, minister had been out there for a long time. In fact, I'm disappointed in Nana Komia, Esla, Fedua, Bedietu, and the rest of them who have kept the information away from their chief. The chief sits in the palace, and people have to feed him with information. So when they don't tell him, I think that in itself is problematic. But be that as it may, I don't see anywhere in the Constitution that says that the chiefs are to be consulted prior to appointments. It is good. I mean, it is a mark of good governance to consult widely. And I believe that it's the president's prerogative also, as per the Constitution, to choose whoever. He also goes on to indicate that DCs are chosen also without consultation. And that is a step, you know, beyond the initial request of being consulted before regional ministers. I'm sure if he had been accorded a lot of time, he would have said assembly members also should be done in consultation. But when it comes to the assembly also, the chiefs have a percentage in the assembly. Do you understand? And so there's a check and balance of the DCs on, you know, the work that they do within the assembly as per the quota. That's 1/3 of the 1/3 that are, you know, supposed to be taken in the assembly. I think that there are a few other issues that for me are problematic with the, you know, the Ochihene statement, and I'll mention beyond the consultation that he talked about, the fact that other chiefs had been there before him. In fact, many regional houses of chiefs had called upon the president, and all of them had made specific requests that affect their people. Okay. So one, and I want to agree with my colleague that one would have expected that the university that the president has promised in the manifesto would be one of the key things that he would highlight. You know, the Ochihene, like the Santihene, have been, you know, seen as one, some of the very enlightened chiefs in Ghana, together with the National House of Chiefs president and several other, you know, chiefs. So one would have expected that in keeping with what Santihene had done in education, the Ochihene having been interested in environment and agriculture to some extent, one would expect that an Eastern Regional University would not have just been an issue that he would have wanted to pin the president on to fulfill, but that it should border on environmental studies, you know, to, you know, fulfill his vision for his area. But, you know, there's an agric university college already with the Monsu, you know, thing. So if that could be upgraded, I thought that he would have been offering constructive, you know, suggestions as to how the president can fulfill that promise for the people of his region to benefit. Be that as it may, the issue of environment, which he had been championing, brings into sharp focus the issue of galamsey. And he would have expected that he would have asked the president to try and see how the galamsey issue can be curtailed.
The last time somebody spoke about the galamsey, trying to implicate the Ochihene, he was banished.
So you can see the difficulty that the Ochihene is confronted even going to the president. Because if he goes to broach this thorny issue of galamsey, then the people will say, but you are the one who is the galamsey chief. For which reason people have been banished. And note also that those people who were banished were royals. Just like Nana Bedouin, Fredua, Gabi, Ursula, and Akufo-Addo himself. Now, these are all royals, but none of them have come up to speak for the human rights of these banished Ghanaians.
It looks like in the palace, human rights laws are
No, but
ineffective.
it must count. And you see, the last bit that for me is also very insightful is that when the Peace Council, IDEC, the National House of Chiefs, and Otumfo tried to have a program in the Ashanti region, that's Kumasi to be specific, KNUST, ahead of the elections. Conspicuously missing was the Ochihene. Was he at the program? No, he wasn't. He was not. Well, for whatever reason, I'm sure that those who are listening should be able to tell us his whereabouts, because it was a very important program that set a tone for the post-election activities that he's talking about today. So it's like there's been a meeting. You did not attend the meeting. The meeting has decided on some things, and then you are coming to talk about the things that the meeting discussed, for which decisions have been taken. Now, everybody signed a charter that they will accept the verdict. The verdict has been declared. So if everybody had abided by the verdict, there would not even be an issue of court for you to be saying that people should, you know, abide by the court. In any case, the president has sworn an oath to, you know, uphold the Constitution. And the Constitution includes respecting the Supreme Court and all other courts and institutions within it. The president has at no point indicated that he was not going to do that or was going to subvert the Constitution. There was no need for that question, unless to make a statement for the NPP. In fact, the NPP has been insisting that Nana Akufo-Addo has said so, so the president must say so. It is utterly unnecessary. Now, you see, and I'm happy with something that the president said. The president did not throw words in his face. He only said that we know beyond the things that he said about the Constitution and so on. He indicated also that on the issue of insults and so on, and you rightly pointed out that the president has been a victim. Beyond being the victim, as in the president, Ghanaians have been victims too.
Absolutely.
At the hands of these people who say they are going to throw bombs. And they are going to bomb cars, they are going to bomb schools, they are going to bomb churches, they are going to bomb transformers, and Some of them have started. In fact, one of their parliamentary or constituency chairman, that's Omari Wadia, apparently had been apprehended before the elections trying to set fire to an ECG transformer. Recently, the military, went to defuse a bomb or dynamite under an ECG transformer. We don't have to wait for them to do the things that they're saying they will do. But what are they saying, or why are they saying these things? They said they want to kill Ghanaians. Not only kill Ghanaians for the sake of killing Ghanaians, not to kill Ghanaians to create awareness in Ghana, but for the international community. They don't care about Ghanaians.
Sorry to cut in. Now that you've mentioned the issue of bomb throwing,
Yes.
let me seek Ebenezer's view. Ebenezer, we live in a country that, for the purposes of democracy or democratic practices, we are compelled to tolerate all sorts of views, albeit some very destructive. I need to know from you if you think democracy really extends to the point of entertaining reckless and very disingenuous comment, if not explosive.
Before I come to that, on Ochinhini,
okay,
we want to make it clear that it's no secret that before the election he demonstrated that he's one of the chief campaigners for Nana Akufo-Addo when he came all down to Accra.
Really?
Yes, to make a case for the free SHS.
Okay.
And when you say that the president was riding a free car, he was enjoying this free, and this minister is driving this free. So you realize that his presence at the seat of government is actually not comfortable. And so we wanted to use the opportunity to still advance the case for Nana Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
And also for me to say is that the Ochinhini must understand that he must live above reproach.
You believe he's tainted politically?
I'm telling you, he is a supporter of Nana Akufo-Addo.
I see.
He's interested in Nana Akufo-Addo becoming the president of the Republic of Ghana. He cannot deny it.
Okay.
He cannot deny it.
Okay.
And on the issue of
Throwing
democracy and tolerance,
They say they want to throw bombs.
let me say this, that the new patriotic party, as it stands now, is a threat to our democracy.
It's a registered political party.
They are a threat. And tolerance of this political party will undermine our democracy.
You think we should do away with them?
I am saying on record here that John Dramani Mahama must sit up.
Okay.
He must make sure that the security chiefs do their job or they are fired.
But I've been told some of them have been invited.
It's not about invitation. You don't invite a terrorist.
Okay.
You don't invite somebody who is seeking to plant bombs in schools, to blow up cars, to destroy strategic institutions like the ECG. You don't do that. And the invitation by the security chiefs
You think wasn't enough?
is unnecessary.
They should be arrested.
It's weakness. And the president must be a strong man.
But they said they are investigating the matter. So we should be rest assured that at the end of the day, justice will be done.
We are looking up to them. And I want to say to Ghana that the leadership of they should thank the leadership of the NDC for restraining us in the face of these threats to our democracy.
Otherwise,
We believe in our constitution.
okay.
We believe in rule of law. But they are stretching us.
Okay.
Because the constitution also provides for citizens to defend and protect our country and the state.
Okay.
And we are trusting that the security chiefs will do their job. They must do their jobs.
Okay.
The BNI chief must do his job. The police chief must do his job. The military chief must do his job. They must do their jobs.
Okay.
And they must keep the alliance, the NPP's alliance.
Out of the official responsibility.
Thank you.
Okay, on that note, I'll go for a quick commercial break. Stay with me, I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back, and you're still with Majority Caucus live from our studios here in Accra on your multi-TV. Quickly, you were making a point.
Yes, you realize that the threat to our democracy and our country manifested in the article by W.H. Dakon.
Okay.
Balancing speed with justice. The tax before the 9 justices. He made it clear that there is only one outcome.
By the way, that's an article he wrote on his Facebook, Gabi Asarochi Dakon's Facebook, Balancing Justice with Speed.
There is only one outcome. Victory
for the NPP.
For the NPP. And that any delay by the 9 justices of the Supreme Court is not only going to heighten tension in the country, but it's going to lead to inevitable eruption of rage. He stated it there. So, the plan to destabilize our states and to undermine the leadership of John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, is well advanced. It's at the stage that the NPP is planning to explode.
We can't let that happen.
And we cannot let it happen. Okay. The Constitution must stand.
Absolutely. And making sure the Constitution stands. Prince Derek, let me come to you quickly. Can we take this thing for far too long?
Well, I believe that Ghanaians are very patient. And I believe that Ghana will live, Ghana will not die.
Absolutely.
Before I go any further, I'd like to indicate that there are a few positives, however, in the Ochihene's visit to the president.
Okay.
At least he recognizes the president as the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Okay.
Which he must do and cannot but do.
He has no option.
Yes. There are some people, however, who were refusing to, recognize the president as the president. Indeed, the NPP were at pains to, try and make him seem as illegitimate. In fact, it was led by the Action Mafia, who are his subjects. And so, if there are people that the Achihene should be speaking to more often than not, it is Action Mafia. You understand? So, I believe that when the president says that he knows the people he should be directing his statements to, I think that the journey to the castle should not have happened because he should have just stayed home and just been advising Nana Akufo-Addo, Nana Akomia, Yasila Owusu, Bedietu, Fedua, and the likes.
Don't forget, Esla called the president a thief.
Exactly the point I was about to make.
She's the MP of your constituency.
She alleges to be the MP.
Okay.
She is alleging to be the MP. I don't want to say too much about Esla, whether she won or
I have
not
credible
won.
information that people are,
there's a movement.
There's not happy with her performance and the fact that she's boycotted Parliament,
Well, she did not only boycott Parliament, she has boycotted the constituency. About a week and a half ago, there was a meeting that she was invited to that she refused to attend. I mean, the constituents have called you, you boycotted
a lot of people.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are things about to happen, and if she's not going to represent us, we might as well not have it. But, you see, Otochine was perhaps preparing the grounds also for power sharing. That, for me, is another concern. There's been subtle attempts at trying to create a situation where there'll be a constitutional crisis born out of this election, the results that were declared, and also this court issue. The court issue is to serve two main purposes. The first is to create a sense of euphoria among the NPP, supporters, and save the lives of Nana Akufo-Addo, Bedietu, Baumia. I keep forgetting the man's name. Sorry.
We can manage with...
Jake Obechebilamte, Sir John, and a few other people who were about to be lynched by their supporters because they had given them a false sense of, hope. So the last leg that they are hoping to is to have, a hang, jury situation, and then, power sharing becomes an option. So then they'll be using the chain as a broker. It's not going to happen, not today nor any other day. At least that assurance can happen. Then there's the issue also of the militants that Nana Akufo-Addo promised all Ghanaians way before now that militants on our side will take the country on a journey of no return to the point where, you know, we cannot but, you know, have no more a Ghana. I mean, his exact words have been played over and over on Asempa, on several networks. Now, those militants were born. Anthony Kabo, Samia Uku, Sir John, Jake, McMenu, Nyawo Tamaklo, Kennedy Jipon, and many more, Kofi Kapito. I mean, those insulting people and all the SLS and so on, who lost him the election. In fact, the disaffection that they created in various blocks of people. Now, you see, after the visit of the Ochihene, assuming the Ochihene had come as the first chief, what do you think the northern chiefs would have asked when they came to the castle? They would have, assuming they had met the Ochihene leaving the castle, they would have asked whether indeed a subject of his believes that they are all cattle rearers, or, you know, they are only good for this or good for watchmen, as Kennedy Jipon and others. And then, what's his name? The Kumasi mayor who lost, the Bottoms, the one who said
Kofi Juma.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You know, he thought that someone like this journalist, City FM, what's his name? Richie Sky.
Richie Sky. Okay.
It was useless. I mean, some every boy. So as we the voted House of Chiefs, people were to also start asking questions. You see, so the fact that Nana Akufo-Addo lost was because of these kinds of people. So I believe that, and I hope that the Ochihene was in town the whole period. So he should have done his calculation. I hope that he had also seen the writs that their people had sent, the maths and all that. So he should be even aware of where the verdict is going. So it is not even a burden on the president that he should be worried about. He should be worried about the one who has actually lost, whose loss is going to be confirmed
by the Supreme Court.
And therefore, maybe trying to console him that, Charlie, Nana, you can come into the chieftaincy realm. You already have a Nana title. Yes. Maybe one day you can become a sub-chief or some, whatever. I don't know. You know, they have something, you know. So the other last bit is the collapse of the NPP itself. There's an imminent collapse of the NPP, which has, to some extent, made this visit and the utterances necessary. You know, the Ashanti bloc and the Achim bloc are the main pillars of the NPP. And so if you see the NPP's performance in elections, it's only shored up by the Ashanti and Achim.
Okay.
But Ashanti are the majority, and so it even reflects in the votes. You realize the Ashanti region has more, in terms of even percentage, than the Achim side. That's the Eastern region. And the Eastern region is not only Achim anyway. So the contribution of Achim to the NPP fortunes is very minimal. Okay. And Ashanti bloc votes more massively. Okay. Now, so the Ashantis want their party back. And it means that Nana Akufo-Addo is ended. In any case, the next time he's 72. I mean, there's no chance for him.
Too old to contest.
Exactly. So it is more like trying to make a case for the Achim bloc so that people from the Achim side can also emerge, like Gabi.
So this is a ground orchestration.
Exactly. You remember the book? The Great Achim. No one. Yeah. The Ochihene wrote a book in 2008.
You had a copy.
Exactly.
Let me just activate the phone lines for my viewers. You can now join in the discussion in the studio on 0302211701. 70124. I take it again, 030221170124. Keep dialing, keep the calls coming.
That book must be revisited. In fact, it holds the key to the Achim, you know, grand plan.
Let me pick this call. Hello, Logosu.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Ali Dawood, good evening to you all. You guys are looking good on this vast night day.
Okay.
And I want to quickly seize this opportunity and congratulate Mr. Ebenezer Kutu, who perhaps passes as my brother from another mother. You know, we were together at St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School. Okay. And I am extremely proud of him. And I want to say that already I see him as a presidential material for the NDC moving into the future. And I have no doubt in my mind at all that given the opportunity, I want to see him as the highest echelon of the NDC as an institution.
Okay.
And I think that being the first time on this program is endured himself very well, and I know that you want to give me the opportunity to appear more.
Unfortunately, Logosu, this is all time would allow us.
And I want him to call him after the show.
Of course, I'm sure he will do that. I have Ibrahim. Hello, Ibrahim.
Yeah, hello, Ali.
Yeah, good evening and
hello.
welcome to the
Good
show.
Evening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ali. How are you doing, Ali?
Well, we are great by His grace.
Yeah, I admire you a lot. In fact, you people are doing a great job. Keep up.
Okay.
We are very grateful for the information you are giving out. Let me go into my submission. Ali, as you can see, this reckless attitude of the NPP, they are already known for it. And what we have to do is, like my brother said, the security agencies must set up.
Yeah.
They must see to the arrest of some people. People are making reckless statements. They need not to be invited. They need to be arrested. Just look at what the Chief Winton said at the Flagstaff House. It was not. I was surprised. That was not the platform to say all those kind of statements that he made over there.
Okay.
It doesn't speak well of him. He represented the Achin people, so at least he should have done something better. We were expecting him to say something better there.
Okay. Thank you very much for your opinion. We are running out of time. Hello, I have my last caller, Chris.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Chris. You are my last caller.
Okay, thank you. I've been trying to get in touch with you guys, but hasn't been coming through. But I'm very happy today that I've been able to pull through.
Okay.
You see, the NPP, they have been saying we are doing propaganda, but it's a ground preparing. They want to prepare the ground like what the court is going to say. You know, they started it with Reverend Usubempa, and then now they want to use the Ochihini to prepare the ground like the evidence that they've presented to court, the so-called evidence, in which we think that is baseless. You see, they want to prepare the minds of some Ghanaians that, oh, this is going to work, this is going to work. But guys, we are not just going to sit down for things to just happen like that. We want the court to use the Constitution.
Chris, unfortunately, I've run out of time. I need to go back to the studio. Guess, Prince, quickly, Ebenezer wants to make a quick remark and then we'll conclude.
Okay. Well, personally, I think that at the end of the day, we've all seen the whole country call on the president. Every region has come to the president. And it means that the president is recognized by all regions in Ghana. And the president is already prosecuting the affairs of state. In fact, the president believes in allowing people to be part of the consultative process leading to his good governance style. And I hear that in the not too distant future, in a couple of days' time, there's going to be this let your voice count.
Yeah,
let my voice count.
I heard about it.
And I think there's the best thing that's going to happen to Ghana, where everybody is going to get an opportunity to comment on things of national importance. Yeah. In fact, in a few days' time, the president will be having a State of the Nation address. Okay. It will be very important to have the views of Ghanaians on these very important areas that the president is hoping to push us. Okay. Indeed, sector by sector, there will be discussions, there will be fora at the regions, there will be fora at town hall levels, there'll be fora even in your house. I mean, that's going to be exciting, that everybody's voice is going to be heard and everybody's voice
is not going to be a typical political group, and it's going to be about social developmental issues.
Political, political, but non-partisan.
Okay, non-partisan.
So, a platform, for example, would have, assuming it's energy, you expect to see maybe Tarzan there, so Tarzan will show up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Tarzan. If you have an issue on health, you want to see someone like Dr. Professor Kosa, Professor, the other one, the heart surgeon, and such persons. I mean, it would be a platform that, and I think the good news also even for the NPP MPs.
I have just a minute
just a quick one. The NPP MPs who are not representing their constituents, this is an opportunity for their constituents even to have representation by themselves.
Absolutely. Ebenezer, in your closing remarks.
Yes, I want to say that we are on course and advancing the Better Ghana agenda. We'll develop this nation, create jobs for the youth, we'll build great and healthy health institutions.
But let me find out from you. Are you in tune with this Let My Voice Count? Is it a group? Is it an idea you support?
Yes, I support it. Provided it's non-violent kind of democratic group, we support it.
From what I heard, is purely going to be non-violent.
Yes, and I want to make this clear that John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana is not going to buy into any power sharing.
Okay.
We are not going to share power with the NPP. We are not going to share power with Nana Akufo-Addo. We are not going to share power with the Achin Council.
No.
No.
Winner takes all.
That is it. Winner takes all. And we are going to govern this nation in the manner that Ghanaians will live and say that NDC under John Dramani Mahama is the big.
I see. And on that interesting note, I thank my guest in the studio very much for spending part of their Valentine's Day or Chocolates Day with us here. And for you out there, I wish you all the best. Enjoy. Your wife, of course. Continue to enjoy your Chocolates Day as celebrated in Ghana, and make a date with me the next time we'll be here. Till then, stay blessed and be good. Bye-bye.